Hi there everybody and welcome along to another big quiz night in. It's a Facebook Live pub quiz night and it's going to be a lot of fun this evening. We have 4 completely different rounds to what we would normally do. So we normally do TV and films, potluck, kind of general pub quiz standard rounds, but tonight it is all completely different. The 4th round in the list up there will be a picture round as always, though that will be shared later on this evening around about 9:30. If you are watching a repeat of this, I ask that you can stick around for now if you want, but you can skip ahead about 10 minutes or so. When it gets to 8 o'clock, that's when I start the first quiz rounds. But for now I'd like to welcome all the people joining us live and get in the comments, getting that conversation going so we can have a chat and welcome everybody that's joining us for the live part of the quiz. And if you are joining us for the first time, welcome along. Do let me know in the comments how you get on with regards to your scores for each round. Now, what I normally like to do is at this time I would share the link of this video out to the world on more than just my page where it is now. But unfortunately, it looks like Facebook is playing up tonight. And I say that because when I go to click on and create a post on any of the websites using my Chromebook here, it doesn't open up the box. So I can't share anything. Unless the video opens up and I can find another way of doing it. So I'm going to need your help. I'm going to keep reiterating this until we start. Please do tap that share button because I can't do it. It's really playing up tonight and there's nothing wrong with our internet. You are joining this fine. So I don't know what's going on. But if you wouldn't mind sharing this video out there for me, that would be much appreciated. So the first round this evening will be fire. Then we're moving on to creepy crawlies. Then we've got children's books. And finally, there's that Pixar silhouettes round, which is a lot of fun. So, let's just see if I can find another way to share things. And I would love to see who's joining us, who's in the comments this evening. As I'm scrolling through previous posts, I've just seen that ridiculous baby shark video that's been done of me in the previous live show, which is very funny. But if you haven't seen it, please do go and have a look at another time. Thanks to Owen for that one. One of my Patreons, so I'll let him off. I don't mind people taking the mickey in what I do when it's like that. And I shared it and it's all for good fun. But yeah, for some reason, I am really struggling to get anything going right now on this online. The only thing that's working, thankfully, is this. The camera, the phone that I'm using to speak to you all. Good evening to Jew, welcome along. James as well, good evening. You got the right week this week. Yes, James, you tried to join last week, didn't you? Or you thought there was a quiz last week. The end of the month, every Tuesday, is Patreon quiz night. You can join that from £2 a month, and that gives you lots of different rewards. All the details are in my description. But that is the last Tuesday of the month. Every month we do a Patreon-only quiz night. It's via Google Meet, so it's not on Facebook Live. And so for that reason, yes, you wouldn't have found me here. So yeah, hello to Vernia, welcome along. Glad you could all make it this evening. We missed you last week, but I hope you're all doing well. Still trying just to open up a video and trying to share stuff, and it's going to be really tricky. I might have to just rely on my phone this evening to read all the comments. I'm glad I can see them there. Hello to Luke, good evening. Andy says, hi Chris and everyone, really boring text as we are mired in a tight audit deadline and I'm still working. Might join up later, but apologies, enjoy the quiz like the quiz rounds. Yeah, no worries Andy, take care of yourself. I hope you do get to join us. Sometimes the work you are paid to do has to take priority, so I understand. It's unfortunate, but hey, these things happen, don't they? Right, I've got to find a way to get this working. It's so frustrating when Facebook's playing up. But what can you do? What can you do? James says, I just forgot, sorry. That's all right, don't you worry. I'm glad you messaged me and asked me when it was going on. It's no problem. But yeah, keep the comments coming in, everybody. Let me know who's here. Don't forget, you might need a pub quiz team name. You don't have to have one, but it's quite fun to say what your quiz team name is and make out like we are back in the pub doing pub quiz nights again, which we hopefully will be soon, a mid-April kind of time. We're looking at being back in the pubs, which is exciting. It'll be great to be back and seeing everybody in person again, for those that do live nearby. That's the King's Head and Bell in Abingdon, in case you didn't know. That's where I normally host these quiz nights. That's where it's all started. But let's see if I can get back onto the Facebook page, because it's not playing ball at the minute at all. Right. So I can get onto the main page, but when I click on the video itself, it was playing up, and I found a way around it. Okay, now it looks like I can see all the comments on the page as well. Good. Next question is, can I share the link? And are you guys sharing for me as well? A couple of you have been sharing. That's great. Thank you for that, guys. Jenny says hello from Team Bath. Welcome. Tracy's here. She says, evening, just the two of us here. Tonight we are playing as the legends that are Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne, partly due to the fact that it is my parents' dog Ozzy's 3rd birthday today. Great name. Love it. Thanks very much, guys. Mark says, Inquisitors are here. Some of them. Anyway, wonderful. Glad you could be here. In case you missed it, I am trying to share the link out on the pages I normally share it, and yeah, it's just not having it. So anybody that could tap that share button for me, let the world know, that would be great. Okay, we've got 6 minutes to go until 8 o'clock. When we get to 8 o'clock, Abby's going to be here with a question for you all to kick off the show, my daughter that is, and then we're going to be moving on into our first quiz round as advertised, which is fire. So that'll be an entire quiz round where all the answers connect to the word fire in some way, shape or form. Jan's here, or John Tree Sparrow as you'll see him on Facebook. Greetings from Poland to all of you. Wishing everyone lots of luck with good answers in today's questions. Thank you so much. Welcome along. Owen's here. Owen, welcome along, mate. I just mentioned you earlier on because I was reminded myself of the baby shark video that you made of me, which I shared on the page a few days back. Yeah, very funny. Freddy's Fickos are here. Again, we missed you guys on the Patreon quiz night. I hope you're all doing well. Also, speaking of Patreon quiz night, I need to say thank you to Jan, who I just spoke about, because he recommended that we play Jeopardy, and he sent me the link to this game, and that was the new game I introduced to you all on that quiz night last week, and it was really good fun. It worked out really well, and we're going to do it again. Hopefully at the end of this month we shall do it then too. Yeah, and it was brilliant. Yeah, so we played Jeopardy. It's the first time I've hosted anything like that. So we did Blockbusters first, which is a kind of a standard for all the Patreon quiz nights now. Everybody likes playing that. But then we did Jeopardy, and that was really different and great fun. Bale is back, he says. He really is. I'm kind of torn between the fact it was against Burnley and they were pretty poor, but we also kind of tore them apart and played fantastically. So, yeah. James says, oh no, I just noticed that my top fan badge that I worked so hard to get has gone. I've not been able to join and play along in recent weeks as I'm back to work now. James, don't worry. The top fan badges come and go every week to 2 weeks for everybody. Once you've earned it once, you're in the club, mate. So don't you worry. But yeah, lack of interaction means you then wouldn't get it back again. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, as far as everybody else is concerned, you got it the once, then you're in the club. So don't worry about it at all. But it is sad to not see it against everybody's names. It does bug me that it doesn't stick around. You know, I should be able to leave it switched on for you so you can just keep it, but can't do that, unfortunately. Good. Owen says they are good, thanks. Fantastic. That's good to know. Okay, you're having a cheeky San Miguel tonight. Much needed. Who else have we got joining us this evening? Numbers are slowly creeping up there. There are lots of other little bits and pieces to talk about. You will notice that I've changed that picture up there. Most of you who are regulars can guess what that's about, but I'll be talking about that a bit more in a little bit. Jan says, glad I could be of assistance if anyone needs it. There is an interesting tool for random wheel to spin the wheel and select random questions. That's good. Yeah, I do use one of those as well, mate, but that looks like a different one to what I currently use. I'm going to save that link for later, because I've been thinking about trying to do something to do with the wheel as well. I can't do it on this because I can't share my screen, but I can obviously do that with the Patreon quiz night. So I was trying to think about different ways I could incorporate a wheel, do some kind of Wheel of Fortune thing maybe, for another new game I'd like to do. Trying to keep things fresh and interesting on the Patreon side of things at least. So I'll see how that one differs to the one that I normally use, and it might be that that replaces it. It looks pretty good. So yeah, thanks for that as well. Really appreciate it. Anybody else got any ideas or suggestions for future quiz stuff? Always open. I'm open all ears. Always prepared to take on advice and suggestions. Yeah, even if it is just for the Facebook Live quiz. Don't mind really. But yeah, that first round will be fire. 3 minutes to go, and then we'll bring Abby in to ask that first question. It will be multiple choice, but that's all I'm going to say for now. So you'll just need to pick one of the options and we'll go from there. So yeah, but that's that. How are we all doing? Is anybody else out there watching along that would like to say hello and let me know that they have arrived? That would be lovely. But yeah, I'm so disappointed. This thing isn't working because it also, the thing that's not working on Facebook is also affecting posting things in general in Facebook groups. So it's fine on the mobile, but on the website, if you're accessing it on a computer or a Chromebook, you click to post something and it just won't open up. So you can't post anything. So everything I shared for Patreons and for top fans today, I had to do via my phone instead, which just made it that much trickier to send stuff to and from different devices. And yeah, really frustrating. So hopefully, whatever bug it is, they get it sorted soon. Right, 2 more minutes to go, and then we will kick off with our fire quiz round. Yeah, this really is annoying. I'm going to stop going on about it now because it's clearly not going to work. So I'm just going to close those pages down and see if I can share a different way instead. Right, no, I know what I could do. I could share it from this page instead. 1 more minute, and then we're going to bring Abby in. 1 more minute to go. Let's do it this way. There we go. That's done it. That has done it. I've shared it from the window that I'm in instead of opening up different tabs. Martin's here. Good evening, Chris and everyone. Hope you are well. Let's Get Quizzical are here. Yeah, we're doing good. We've just been talking about Patreon quiz night, Martin, about Jeopardy, and how grateful we are that I was provided that link by Jan, who's in the comments at the moment. And he's also sent us this spin the wheel thing as well. I'm going to try and work into another one. Right, 1 more minute to go. We are almost there, everybody. Right, let's share again. Yes, it is now 8 o'clock. Brilliant. Right, so I will bring in Abby now, and she will ask the question to kick the night off. Hello to Diva. Great timing. Glad you could join us. Diva's here as well now. Right, so here we go then. Let's bring in Abby. She's got a very interesting question for you today. And yes, Diva, you just made it. I've been moaning about Facebook problems again, so you haven't missed out too much, just me waffling on about Facebook again. But yes.
Nothing. Just moaning.
Just moaning. But yes, here is Abby. She's got a question. All you need to do is put what you think the answer is in the comments. She'll give you 3 choices, okay? Marta says, oh yeah, Patreon quiz and Jeopardy, a quality new addition to the quiz. We loved it. Oh, brilliant. Thank you for that. Yes, and Owen and Diva and Ju are all saying hello to you. Right, and Vernia too. Right, so read the question then. Here we go. Get ready with your answer. I will put it in the comments as well. Go on.
In what year was the original Bop It game released? Was it A, 1992, B, 1994, or C, 1996?
There we go. Do you want to ask it again for them?
In what year was the original Bop It game released? Was it A, 1992, B, 1994, or C, 1996? I'll tell you something, we was going to do a D, but that would have been a bit too difficult.
Yeah, we kept it to 3 choices. So 1992 was your A option, 1994 or 1996. A, B or C. First one to get the correct answer gets himself a bonus point for the evening. Let's have a look what we've got here then. So Tracy just went with 1991. I think you can have another guess if you want, Tracy, because that wasn't one of the 3 choices. Maybe your finger slipped. Owen says 94. James does as well. Diva says 96. Amanda A, 94, 92, 94, 96. Okay, so the first person to get the answer correct...
Diva.
Diva! Well done. It's 1996. Good question, Abby. We like that. Bop It's a favourite game for the kids, at least. And we've challenged each other before on it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good fun.
To be honest, I came up with it and I didn't even know the answer myself. So it's just like, that's the point. I don't know it, so it's a good one.
Yeah. There we go. Well, it was 1996. So thank you all for having a guess. Well done, Diva. You got it right first.
I don't think I was meant to know it anyway, because I don't know a lot. I'm only 9.
But she did come up with the question all by herself, and then we just looked up what the answer was so we could come up with the choices for you all.
Google knows everything.
It does. Tracy says, oh, I didn't wait for the options. My sound must be way behind the comments. Oh, no. Okay, and Diva's very happy. Excellent question. Total guess. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Don't you worry. That's the point, really, isn't it? No problem. All right, well, okay. That means that we can all say goodnight to Abby now. She's going to head off, going to go to bed in a bit, aren't you? And we can crack on with the first quiz round as advertised, which will be fire. So, yeah, everybody say goodnight to Abby then. Bye. And we shall move on.
I've got to take this jumper off.
It's warm in here, isn't it?
It's boiling.
All right, okay. Good night, darling.
Have luck surviving in here.
Oh, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I've got a nice cold beer. I'm all right.
Bye, everybody.
She's saying goodbye, everybody. Okay, so... Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, need that back. All right, we're getting on then with fire for our first round. So the purpose of this round is that all the questions or answers have something to do with fire as a theme for the round, okay? So it's a potluck general knowledge round, but fire is the theme running through it. Multiple points available here. 1 point for each unless otherwise stated. As always, all your lovely messages for Abby, I will always catch up with her the following day and let her know what you said. So yeah, thank you for all of that, guys. She loves coming on to ask a question for you all. It's really fun for us to get her involved. All right, let's make a start with the first round. So all you need to do then is write your answers down yourself. Don't put them in the comments now that we've finished Abby's first question. The rest of them, you just need to write them down yourself, and then you can tally up your own scores when I go through the answers at the end, and post your scores in the comments at the end of a round when prompted to. And then, then we will go through all those scores. We'll commiserate with the people who didn't do so well, and we'll celebrate with the winners. But remember, it is just for fun. And we're just here to pass the time and do something different on an evening, rather than being zombified by the telly, eh? Or whatever it is you choose to do. Thank you for being here. Here we go with the fire round. Question number 1. What was the name and breed of Professor Dumbledore's pet bird? What was the name and breed of Professor Dumbledore's pet bird? For 2 points, that one is. So 1 point for the name and another point for the breed. And remember, there's a connection to fire throughout the entire quiz round. If you really haven't got a clue, maybe that gives you a clue. We'll see. Welcome to the Donuts. Glad you could join us. Alfie Franks is here. He says, hello from Lack of Knowledge. Glad you could be here. And good luck for all of you with this first round, guys. Great question. Amanda says, evening all and good night, Abby. Yes, thank you for that. Okay, question number 2. In which street did the Great Fire of London start? Back in 1666. In which street did the Great Fire of London start? Name that street. Question number 3. Michael Jackson was filming a TV advert for which company when his hair accidentally caught fire? Michael Jackson was filming a TV advert for which company when his hair accidentally caught fire? That is your third question in this first round. All right, now question number 4 is for 3 points, so there's 1 point for each correct answer. Which musical acts, or singers or groups, had an original UK hit single with Firestarter, Set Fire to the Rain, and We Didn't Start the Fire? Which musical acts had an original UK hit single with Firestarter, Set Fire to the Rain, and We Didn't Start the Fire? 1 point for each. So 3 points available there. Remember, as we get to the end of the round, I'll ask if you want me to repeat any questions. So you can always do that in the comments, but I will repeat them once I've gone through the entire 15 questions in this round. Tracy says, I've joined on my iPad now instead of my phone. Seem to have jumped a couple of minutes and hopefully running at the same time as everyone else now. Okay. Yeah, Abby's questions will always, I think we will always make sure they're multiple choice, so it's something that you can quickly put in the comments to reply. It just makes it easier if you can say A, B or C, or just type in an answer quickly. So I think we'll just stick to that. Just a bit of fun to kick things off with, hey. Question number 5 now. Question 5. What is the name of the second book in the Hunger Games trilogy? What is the name of the second book in the Hunger Games trilogy? Keep in mind the theme of the round. All right, question 6 then is for 3 more points. This one's about zodiac signs. Question 6, which 3 signs of the zodiac are fire signs? Which 3 signs of the zodiac are fire signs? Again, 1 point for each correct answer. All right. Question 7. Who composed the ballet called The Firebird? Who composed the ballet called The Firebird? That is a particularly tricky question, I think. All right, your next question then. Question number 8. Wheels on Fire was the theme tune to which BBC 1990s comedy series? Wheels on Fire was the theme tune to which BBC 1990s comedy series? Question number 9. Which 2012 movie shares its name with a Greek titan who stole fire from the gods and gave it to man? Which 2012 movie shares its name with a Greek titan who stole fire from the gods and gave it to man? If you listen to yesterday's little quiz that I post, you might have an inkling of an idea on that one. It's a very similar question. Just so happens to be in this round as well. Purely coincidental. Question number 10 will be for 3 more points. Which 3 films with the word fire in the title starred Meg Ryan, Christian Bale, and Robin Williams? Jan says, if I know the answers to the majority of these questions, should I be worried that I might become a pyromaniac? Nah. I can say that because you're in another country, so it won't affect us. No, I'm sure you're fine. But your knowledge of pyromaniacs and the concept of pyromaniacs may come in handy in a later question. We shall see. Question 11. The TV series called A Game of Thrones was based on which series of novels from which writer? 1 point for each again. The TV series A Game of Thrones was based on which series of novels from which writer? Every time that I thought about the fact I was going to do a fire round, I kept having that song in my head, which isn't actually mentioned in this round, so I can talk about it. Fire. I Am the God of Hellfire by Arthur Brown. Yeah, don't know why. Every time I kept saying fire to myself, that's the one. Oh, Owen likes the Game of Thrones question there. Yes, Game of Thrones was fantastic. It was definitely rushed in the last season, but I still loved it. Loved it. No spoilers though, there's bound to be somebody watching who hasn't seen it and might do at some point. Okay, question 12. Which ology is the study of fires? Which ology is the study of fires? Three more questions to go in this round. Right, question 13. Fireman Sam's fire engine shares its name with which planet? For those of you outside the UK, Fireman Sam was a stop-motion animated children's show, which I think was what, late 80s, early 90s? I mean, I grew up watching it, so I presume that was the time it was initially on. I haven't looked, to be honest, but yeah, that's what it was. And if you have no idea, and if you never saw it, then I suggest you just guess the name of the planet, which I'm sure you do know, because one of them is the correct answer. Fireman Sam's fire engine shares its name with which planet? Question number 14. Apart from water, fire extinguishers in the UK contain which three materials that are coded in yellow, blue, and black coloured labels? Now, you don't have to match up what it contains with the right colour, although it is handy if you know that, just for general life skills, but you do just need to say what they contain. So, apart from water, fire extinguishers in the UK contain which three materials? They're coded yellow, blue, and black. Name them for 1 point each. Okay, your last question's coming up now. This is for 6 points. What? 6 points? Yeah, I know. And remember, you can have a repeat of any questions you like if you let me know in the comments. Question 15. What are the surnames of the 6 firemen who made up the village of Trumpton's fire brigade? Again, this is UK-centric, I'm afraid. Jan, you may not have heard of this at all. And anybody else from outside the UK, you might not know what this is. But what were the surnames of the 6 firemen who made up the village of Trumpton's fire brigade? There are 7 of them, but 2 of them are the same surname, so you get 6 points in total. In fact, if you've never heard of it before, when I tell you the answers, you may recall hearing these answers before in a different context, perhaps. I know I did, because I think it was before my time, if I'm honest, because I never watched it. Yeah, can people from outside the UK just get 3 points? Yeah, why not? Oh dear. Right, Owen's asked for question 10. Right, so question 10 was which 3 films with the word fire in the title starred Meg Ryan for 1 point, Christian Bale for 2, and Robin Williams for a 3rd point. So 3 different movies, 1 for each. Martin says, absolutely cracking last question. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a generational thing, isn't it? Right. Tracy says, yes, must be the first 6-point question I've ever known. Brilliant. Okay, Ed says 7 and 8. Question 7 was who composed the ballet called The Firebird? And question 8 was Wheels on Fire was the theme tune to which BBC 1990s comedy series? So, any more repeats, do let me know. We'll go through the answers and then we'll be moving on to the next round. Okay, let's go through the answers, I think. No more repeats have come in. So, Question number 1. What was the name and breed of Professor Dumbledore's pet bird? It was a phoenix named Fawkes. And I presume that's how you say it, because I don't watch or read anything Harry Potter if I can help it. So Fawkes, Fawkes. Question 2. In which street did the Great Fire of London start? In 1666, it was Pudding Lane. Pudding Lane. Question 3. Michael Jackson was filming a TV advert. For which company when his hair accidentally caught fire? It was for Pepsi, or Pepsi Cola. Question 4. The musical acts that had an original UK hit single with Firestarter, Set Fire to the Rain, and We Didn't Start the Fire. The Prodigy had Firestarter. Brilliant tune. In fact, that whole album is brilliant. Fat of the Land. Really want to listen to that again now I've said that. Set Fire to the Rain was by Adele. Another good tune. And We Didn't Start the Fire, another great song by Billy Joel. So 3 points there. Prodigy, Adele and Billy Joel. Question 5. In the Hunger Games trilogy, what is the name of the second book? It was called Catching Fire. Question 6. The 3 signs of the zodiac that are fire signs are Aries, Leo, that's me, and Sagittarius. Question 7. Who composed the ballet called The Firebird? It was Igor Stravinsky. Just Stravinsky would have been enough for the point there. Question 8. Wheels on Fire was the theme tune to which 1990s BBC comedy series? It was Absolutely Fabulous. It's brilliant. Brilliant show. Watched that a lot growing up with my parents. Question 9. Which 2012 movie shares its name with a Greek titan who stole fire from the gods and gave it to man? It was Prometheus. Which wasn't too bad. I think it got a lot of stick, but I don't know. I thought it was alright. It was alright. Question 10. There's one bit that annoyed me in it, but I won't go into it. Question 10. Which 3 films with the word fire in the title starred Meg Ryan, Christian Bale and Robin Williams? So, Meg Ryan was in Courage Under Fire. I don't think I've seen that one. Christian Bale was in Reign of Fire. And Robin Williams was in Mrs. Doubtfire. Bit of a trick one there, because fire isn't a separate word in the answer, but it's still featured, so, you know, it counts. And is, of course, a brilliant film. Question 11. TV series called Game of Thrones was based on which series of novels from which writer? Game of Thrones was based on A Song of Fire and Ice by George R.R. Martin, for 2 points. Question 12. Which ology is the study of fires? It is pyrology. Pyrology. Question 13. Fireman Sam's fire engine shares its name with the planet Jupiter. Sounds brilliant in the Welsh accent. It's one thing I always remember from it. Don't know why. These things just stick with you sometimes, don't they? Question 14. Apart from water, fire extinguishers in the UK contain which 3 materials that are coded in yellow, blue and black coloured labels? So, they are, the yellow one is foam, the blue one is dry powder, and the black one is CO2 gas. And they all have different purposes, depending on the kind of fire you are dealing with. Not that I'm a fire marshal trained or anything, you know. Question 15. For 6 points, what are the surnames of the 6 firemen who made up the village of Trumpton's Fire Brigade? Okay, everybody that got this one right, say it with me. They are Pew Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grubb, for 6 points. It's one of those where if you got if you knew 1 or 2 of them, you're bound to get all of them, because you kind of remember that rhyme, don't you? Again, I never watched it growing up, but I just know it. Right, so let's see how well you did. Tally up your scores. Whilst that's happening, guys, I'm going to be sharing with you a link which you guys, most of you, if you're regulars, will be aware of. But I need to do this anyway. There's a couple of them that I normally share every night. I host a quiz for you all. Scores are coming in. Here is the special link, which is to my merch store, okay? The reason that's there is because for the next 4 more days after today, there is 15% off everything in the Big Quiz 19 merch store. So there are 4 different designs for shirts, bags, mugs, anything you want. Okay, you've got the Big Quiz Night In logo with my avatar, which is that one there. You've got the one on the top there on that t-shirt, which is the Waffle On logo, because I like to waffle on a lot, as you can probably tell if you're new to this. And then there are 2 phrases there. So one of them is I quiz, therefore I am. And what is the other one? I can't even read it now, I've forgotten. Oh yeah, I didn't choose the quiz life chose me. Both have been selling reasonably well, I guess, for my small little Big Quiz Night In page that I've got here. But now there's a 15% discount off everything. And if you want something in a different colour, you can have it. Just let me know. If it's not on the page, send me a message and I will see what other colours I can switch on for you. No problem whatsoever. Lots to choose from there, guys, including face masks as well if you really wanted, if you haven't already got a million of those. It's all there, because Lord knows we're going to need them for a bit longer. Right, here we go with the scores then that have been coming in. Freddy's Ficcos have got 26 points. Donuts, oh, the page has just gone funny again. Donuts have got 23 points. Alfie says 19 points. Just the 2 of us, Ozzy and Sharon, have scored 22. That Mrs. Doubtfire question totally got us. Oh no. 20 for Team Bath, 19 for Diva, 20 points for Jan, including the bonus 3 points for not being from the UK. 26 points for, oh, it's jumping all over the place. Hang on. For Let's Get Quizzical, didn't I already do that? 24 points for Britzillions. On my own, 23 points, easing myself back in gently. Well done, James. 22 for Back in Black. Who else have we got here? Inquisitors have got 27 points. Great stuff. Right, I am aware that some other messages have just come in, but just bear with me, guys, while I sort out this ridiculous Facebook page, because there are some real problems with Facebook at the moment, as I've moaned about constantly since we started. But yeah, we're going to move on to round number 2 in just a moment. And Shane has dropped in to say hello. Everybody say hi to Shane. He is the guy behind Lima, as I mentioned earlier, my little quiz, which I share on his social audio platform, which is great fun. And you get to record your own voice in the comments of the posts, as opposed to text posts, which you get like in the comments in most other places. I get to hear your voices on Lima, and it's really good fun. And I share little quiz rounds there for people currently almost daily. I had to have a break on Sunday. I wasn't feeling too well, so I didn't post anything then. But basically daily, I post quizzes. And yes, Steve is here as well, Shane. You'll be pleased to hear. Okay, round number 2 we're on to is the creepy crawly quiz round. So it's all about insects, bugs, creepy crawly things in general. Yes, guys, if anybody's interested, if you want to download Lima and get involved, there is the link to the Facebook page. That's how you spell it. Oh, Diva says, great opera quiz round on Lima. Yeah, so I do really kind of niche request subjects on Lima. Again, it's a Patreon thing. You can request me to do different subjects there. And Paul has been a Patreon of mine at the top tier since I started Patreon. And he hardly ever joins anything I do. He just loves listening into my little quizzes when he can. And he requested that I do one on opera, because that's one of his biggest loves in life. So I went all out and I did 27 clips of opera arias or songs for him to try and guess the composers and to guess the opera that they're from. And he loved it. And the comments, I had like 50 plus comments where he was doing basically 1 or 2 guesses per comment. And it got crazy trying to keep up with it all. But he did really well. He got 35 points. But yeah, it just goes to show that no matter how often you get involved in my content, I do respond to the requests I get and provide as much as I can for you. So yeah, have a look at the link in the description if you're interested in that. Right, creepy crawly quiz, 15 questions. Here we go with question number 1. Which flying insect spreads malaria? 61 comments now, Diva said. Oh my goodness. Well, I know he shared it with a lot of his other opera-loving friends to get them to have a go at the quiz itself. One of them misunderstood and thought that meant that they had to listen to all the comments. It's like, no, you don't have to listen to all of Paul's guesses, because that would take a long time, trust me, because I had to. Worth it, but I had to. He just wants you to listen to the quiz, you know? But yeah, 61 comments, that's so. Yes, Owen, I know. Opera is not everybody's cup of tea at all. That's why it's got like 3 listens, but 61 comments. So yeah, but it was fully worth it because, like I said, he's been a Patreon since day one at the top tier. So I can't not respond to requests like that when he hardly ever gets anything from me. Much as I don't offer, I always offer. So yeah. Question number 2. How many wings does a butterfly have? How many wings does a butterfly have? That's question 2. Yeah, I mean, if I was to have a go at the quiz I put together, I would not have got any points at all. I would have recognised some of the songs, and I think everybody would recognise some of them because they get used in adverts and all sorts. You know, like Nessun Dorma was in there, but what's the opera that's from? No idea. Just know that that's what that's called. So yeah, it is particularly tricky. So yeah, but I made it knowing full well it wouldn't get many people listening to it. But that's not why I made it. So yeah, no worries. Plenty of others to choose from though. I'm on episode 30 tomorrow of the 5th season. Question 3. Which creatures live in an apiary? Which creatures live in an apiary? That's A-P-I-A-R-Y. Which creatures live in an apiary? Question number 4. What name is given to a caterpillar inside a cocoon? What name is given to a caterpillar inside a cocoon? It's really weird. Caterpillars and their whole life cycle. Really strange. Incredible, but also really strange. Not just me that thinks it's strange, right? Very strange. Question number 5 is for 2 points. Which 2 things do bees collect? Which 2 things do bees collect? 1 point for each. For those of you who do live near the pub, King's Head and Bell and Abingdon, I'm going to be back there the 16th of April, I think, assuming the country hits all the dates that the government's laid out. Not that they're being governed by dates, they're being governed by data, but they then gave us all the dates. Tuesday the 16th I think is when the pub, hang on, let me get this right. April, yes, the April the 15th, because the pub will be open again on the 12th of April, all being well. So the first Thursday after that will be the 15th. So yeah, if you want to come down, mark your diaries. I imagine you'll be sat in the garden area, which is a covered kind of seating place. But yeah, you're more than welcome. Okay, your next question. Question number 6. Which insect can jump the furthest in comparison to its size? Which insect can jump the furthest in comparison to its size? Question number 7 now. Question 7. The larva of which insect is known as a leather jacket? The larva of which insect is known as a leather jacket? Oh, James is dropping facts for us in the comments. Andy Bell from Erasure appeared on the From Pop Star to Opera Star show a few years back. He got a horrible song in the quarterfinals that didn't suit his voice at all. I remember that show, actually. I can't think if I watched a great deal of it, but yeah, I definitely remember that show being on. Yeah, I can't imagine it's an easy thing to do. To go from singing pop songs to opera. It's very impressive though, when obviously when it's done right. Some of the most amazing vocalists. Incredible stuff. There's been a few on The Voice as well. We do watch that. A few opera singers on The Voice, and you're just blown away by them, but you know they'll never get to the final. They'll never get to the final. But, I think a lot of people should use it as a platform rather than expecting to just go on and win it because they've got an amazing voice. Even the winners don't often get great careers out of it, let's be honest. Certainly don't become household names. Right, question 8 now. Question 8. What type of creatures are African night crawlers? What type of creatures are African night crawlers? Sounds pretty terrifying, doesn't it? Okay, your next question is, which world famous pop acts were backed by the ants, the crickets, and the spiders from Mars? Which world famous pop acts were backed by the ants, the crickets, and the spiders from Mars? Three points available there. Question number 10. Why is the Jesus bug so named? Why is the Jesus bug so named? Question 11 now. Question 11. What do insects do through their spiracles? Do they breathe, drink, or reproduce? What do insects do through their spiracles or spiracles? I'll put it in the comments. Do they breathe through them, drink through them, or reproduce? Scylla, yes, I will do number 8 for you once we get through to the end of the round. No problem, thank you. But yes, question 11. What do insects do through their spiracles? Do they breathe, drink, or reproduce? Choose one. Question 12 now. Question 12. What do worker bees feed to their larva that is supposed to have healthy food properties for humans? What do worker bees feed to their larva that is supposed to have healthy food properties for humans? Okay, question number 13 is for 3 more points. Which car makers produced the first models to be called the Beetle, the Hornet, and the Spider? Which car makers produced the first models to be called the Beetle, the Hornet, and the Spider? For 3 points. Name the car makers for that one. Question number 14. Why is the Black Widow spider so named? Why is the Black Widow spider so named? And finally, question 15, which is for 2 points. In which films do Sylvester Stallone and Madonna play insects? In which films do Sylvester Stallone and Madonna play insects? 1 point for the movie with Sly Stallone and another point for the movie with Madonna playing an insect. 2 points there. Right, I'm going to repeat question 8 for you. Let me know in the comments if you have any other repeats that you need. But question number 8 was, what type of creatures are African night crawlers? That's night as in night time, N-I-G-H-T, if that makes any difference to you. What type of creatures are African night crawlers? That was number 8. Whilst I wait to see if there's any more repeats coming in, Just a reminder that I do work alongside a nominated charity. Number 7, Owen, I'll do in just a moment. Secret Santa 365, link is in the description and in the comments now, guys. They're collecting laptops, then they're refurbishing them, and they're giving them out to young people who are still learning from home, and just in general might need that kind of technology to help them out. So that's going to carry on. I don't know for how much longer, but they're still going to be needed. So if you know anybody that is in need of laptops, or if you know anybody that's get in touch. If you know anybody that's got a laptop and they want to find a home for it because it's an old one, it's been replaced now, then this charity will take it off your hands, they'll refurbish it and give it to needy people and young families and things in the area, which is Oxfordshire, by the way. So yeah, that link is in the description. That's the charity I support, and that's their current project. Okay, let's go back to the quiz questions then. Question number 7 for Owen. The larva of which insect is known as a leather jacket? The larva of which insect is known as a leather jacket? Any more repeats, do let me know. If not, we will move on to the answers. Pitch around this evening, by the way, whilst I just wait to see if there's any more Pixar silhouettes. That's going to be posted at 9:30. All ready to go, so keep an eye out for that. Come back to the Facebook page because that's where it will be, and you can put your answers in the comments if you'd like to. Share it with your friends and family, whatever you like. It's all there for you, and I'll put the real answers to it in the comments as well later on. Okay, no more have come in, no more requests, so I'm just going to go ahead now with the answers for this round. Question 1, which flying insect spreads malaria? It is the mosquito. Question 2, how many wings does a butterfly have? It has 4. 4 wings. Question 3, which creatures live in an apiary? It's bees. Bees live in an apiary. Question 4, what name is given to a caterpillar inside a cocoon? It is a chrysalis. Question 5, what 2 things do bees collect? They collect pollen and nectar. Question 6, which insect can jump the furthest in comparison to its size? It is the flea. Question 11, the larva of which insect is known as a leather jacket? That is a crane fly, or daddy long legs as it's known over here. So crane fly or daddy long legs for the point there. Question 8, the African night crawlers are worms. Gross. But they are worms. Question 9, which world famous pop acts were backed by the ants, the crickets and the spiders from Mars? So it is Adam and the ants, Buddy Holly and the crickets, and the spiders from Mars were with Ziggy Stardust. Question 10, why is the Jesus bug so named? It is because it walks on water. It walks on water. Question 11, what do insects do through their spiracles? Do they breathe, drink or reproduce? They breathe. Question 12, what do worker bees feed to their larva that is supposed to have healthy food properties for humans? Royal jelly. Question 13, the car makers that produced the first models to be called the Beetle, the Hornet and the Spider are the Volkswagen Beetle, the Hudson Hornet, and the Porsche Spider. Question 14, why is the Black Widow Spider so named? It is because it eats the male after eating. After mating. After eating? It eats the male after mating. Charming. You'd have thought they'd evolved enough for him to run away at that point. Nah, not so. Question 15, in which films do Sylvester Stallone and Madonna play insects? It is ants. A-N-T-Z, ants for Sylvester Stallone, and Madonna plays an insect in Arthur and the Invisibles. That completes our Creepy Crawlies round. Desi's here in the comments saying, hey dude, Desi is an absolute legend because he got me onto TikTok, which I do go on about a fair bit now because I'm really happy with how things are going there in particular. Recently just on 150 followers now, maybe. Hopefully by the time this show's through, I'll be on 150 followers there. I was on 149 this evening, so every little milestone is slowly creeping towards me, which is really cool. So yeah, there's more quiz stuff to be found there. I've been changing the format up a bit for this series of videos over on TikTok, and it's been working really well. So yeah, if you know anybody on TikTok, let them know. Big Quiz Night In is there too. It's a lot of fun there. The scores are coming in. But yes, thanks again publicly. Thank you again to Desi for recommending. And again, if you're on TikTok, then do give him a follow to Zippy87, I want to say. Put it in the comments if I got that wrong, mate. But he reacts to stuff and it's really funny. So yeah. Okay, here we go then with the scores. Ju says that was fun. Thank you for that. Freddie's Ficko's 15 points. Only 9 for Diva. Tracy says just the two of us. Ozzy and Sharon have scored 14. Donuts have scored 12. 12 for Let's Get Quizzical. 14 for Team Bath. And oh yeah, Desi says thanks, mate. And it was right. Yeah, Zippy87. There we go. A lot of fun. And Juice says 14 for the Britzillians. And on my own, James has got 18 points. Great scores, guys. Really well done there. James, I think that means you win that round, mate, doesn't it? Yeah. Can you hear that? My daughter is still awake, prattling around in there with her mum. Go to bed. I don't want to know what that was. Right, 16 points this time for the Inquisitors. Okay, yeah, James, I think you've won it, mate. Well done. Good effort. All right, round number 3 then will be the children's books round, again, as advertised. Picture round's coming up after this. Oh, Jan says 16 points for me. Not a big fan of bugs. No, me neither, mate. Don't worry. No shame there. 14 for Back in Black. Great. Okay. And yes, woohoo indeed, James. Well done. Keep them coming in. If there's any I've missed, I'll shout them out as they do come in. But yeah, children's books is round number 3. Another 15 questions for you. Multiple points up for grabs here. Loads of points. So yeah, I hope you like this one. Bit of nostalgia maybe for some of you. Who knows? So with that said, let's crack on, shall we? Question number 1 in our third and final round of the live show. Oh, James has lost all sound. Anybody else struggling with sound? Back again. Right, okay. No idea, mate. I don't think it happened my side. Got me worried there because I knew I was having microphone problems the other day. But it seems to be okay now. All right. So here we go with question number 1. Children's books. For 3 points. Which writers created the following bears? Baloo, Winnie the Pooh, and Paddington Bear. Amanda says, love bugs, that was fun. Why does that not surprise me? I don't know why. I'm really not surprised by the fact that the one who loves horror and stuff also loves creepy crawlies. I don't know why it doesn't surprise me, Amanda, but there you go. All right, 3 points there. Which writers created the following bears? Baloo, Winnie the Pooh, and Paddington Bear. So, yeah, 1 point for each. Name the writers. Yeah, I thought I'd mix it up tonight and do some completely different rounds. I know we normally kind of we normally do TV and films potluck, and then I'll throw in something random afterwards, or an Our Survey Says round or something. But that's because those are the very current rounds that are created every week by Dave, the guy I work for, when I'm hosting my quizzes. But occasionally I like to mix it up for you. So yeah, I just found 3 random ones from the archives today. Keep you all guessing. Question number 2. In the Harry Potter books, what type of owl is Hedwig? In the Harry Potter books, what type of owl is Hedwig? I guess you could say in Harry Potter in general. I'm sure it's in the films as well. But because this is about children's books, what type of owl is Hedwig? Alright, question number 3 for you now. Which author created both Benjamin Bunny and Miss Tiggywinkle? Which author created both Benjamin Bunny and Miss Tiggywinkle for 1 point? right. Question number 4 now. Question 4. Which of these was not a Mr. Men character? Mr. Strong, Mr. Cool, and Mr. Short. Which of those was not a Mr. Men character? Mr. Strong, Mr. Cool, and Mr. Short. Reading that question, I think I've got an idea for a picture round, you know. I wonder how you'd get on if I gave you 15 pictures of Mr. Men and Little Miss characters. Do you reckon you could guess them? That might be fun. I don't know. Let me know. What do you think? Something a bit different. Question 5. Which 5 children visited Willy Wonka's chocolate factory? Which 5 children visited Willy Wonka's chocolate factory? 1 point for each. Oh, Amanda likes the sound of it. That's enough for me. Mr. Men pitch round. Yeah. There's loads of them. Could probably do 2 or 3 rounds. Don't know how many characters there are, but I know there's plenty of them, right? Yeah, it might be quite fun. I might do that if we get a bit of time. Okay. Yes, so 5 children visited Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Name them for 1 point each. You do need the surnames, the first name and surnames, please. Tracy says we'll do okay with Mr. Men, but not the Little Misses. Okay, all right. Well, every day's a school day. We'll see. Maybe I'll just do one for the Mr. Men and then maybe do a mix for another round or something. Owen says knows about 6. Well, I guess we'll find out. I'm going to have to do it now, I think. Okay. Your next question. What was all that remained of the Cheshire Cat when he disappeared? What was all that remained of the Cheshire Cat when he disappeared? Jenny says pause a minute. Why? I mean, you literally will get a break in a moment because I'm going to have to get another beer, aren't I? We're flying through the quiz today. Normally about 9:15 by now. All right, I'm going to do one more question. Obviously, I can do repeats when we get to the end of the round, so don't worry if you do miss anything. Question number 7 now. She's still thinking. Just ask me to repeat a load of questions at the end and then you get thinking time, even if you don't need the repeats. There's a little tip for you. Okay, question 7. What was the name of A.A. Milne's son who was featured in his children's books? What was the name of A.A. Milne's son who he featured in his children's books? There we go. We'll go grab another one. You have your thinking time for that Charlie and Chocolate Factory question. There we go. A little bit of thinking time for you there. And you're welcome, Jenny. I know, I go through these fairly quickly sometimes. That's what I've always said, that's the trickiest thing to gauge, isn't it? The thinking time that you guys need in between questions when you are literally all over the world. So, but no problem. Right, your next question is question number 8, and that's for 3 points. Oh, this is a lovely question. Which 3 creatures wanted to eat the little mouse in the Gruffalo story? I used to know that word for word. Read it to both our kids hundreds of times. Love that story. Good job too, right? But which 3 creatures wanted to eat the little mouse in the Gruffalo story? You are super kind. Thank you. I do try. Oh, Jew says I love that one. Yeah, it's a great story. And The Gruffalo's Child as well, actually. They're both lovely stories. Okay. Question number 9. Name the 3 darling children who travelled to Neverland with Peter Pan. Tracy says, just read this at work for the 200th time today. Yeah, I can imagine it does. Well, I know it gets a bit tedious after a while, no matter how good the story is. I love all that kind of stuff, though, because I do all the voices, you know. That's why I want to get into audiobook narration, because I just love doing all that. So it doesn't bother me too much, but yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. Yeah, so name the 3 darling children who travelled to Neverland with Peter Pan. 1 point for each. The 3 darling children. Question number 10. What was the name of Enid Blyton's girls' boarding school? What was the name of Enid Blyton's girls' boarding school? Tracy says Gruffalo and Going on a Bear Hunt are big favourites. Yeah. Yeah, like that one. We've got a board game of Going on a Bear Hunt, actually. I think the kids are a bit too old for it now, but they loved it at the time. Yeah, it's quite fun. As far as little kids' board games go. Question 11 now. Question 11. A TV version of which incredibly popular short children's story, written by Judith Kerr, was broadcast on Channel 4 on Christmas Eve 2019? A TV version of which incredibly popular short children's story, written by Judith Kerr, was broadcast on Channel 4 on Christmas Eve 2019. Alright, question 12 now. Question 12. Which group of children regularly enjoyed lashings of ginger beer? Which group of children regularly enjoyed lashings of ginger beer? Question 13. Some of you will like this one, some of you won't. If you're anything like me, you're not fussed. Question 13, we're back on Harry Potter. In which Harry Potter books can we first meet the following magical characters? So name the books they first appear. Gilderoy Lockhart, Sirius Black, and Kreacher. Kreacher spelled Kreacher, if that makes any difference at all. In which Harry Potter books could you first meet the following magical characters? Gilderoy Lockhart, Sirius Black, and Kreacher. 1 point for each. You don't need, again, to match up the answers with the characters. Just name 3 of the books and hope for the best. Keep it simple. So Gilderoy Lockhart, Sirius Black, and Kreacher. Question number 14. What was the name given to Michael Morpurgo's warhorse? What was the name given to Michael Morpurgo's warhorse? Your final question, question number 15, is for 4 points. Let me know what repeats of questions you need in the comments, as always, guys. Question 15 for 4 points. Which were the first 4 of David Walliams's children's books to be broadcast as films on BBC TV? which were the first 4 of David Walliams' children's books to be broadcast as films on BBC TV? One point for each. Let me know what you need repeated. Happy to go through any of those repeats for you. Another reminder that at 9:30 you're going to get the picture round, which is the round 4 listed above, the Pixar silhouettes round. Pretty self-explanatory, but you're going to see silhouettes of Pixar characters, name the character and the movie they're from, or they were first from, for 1 point each. That's about it. It's quite fun though. Quite fun. And yeah, what else did I have to talk to you about today? Oh yeah, merch discount you've seen. Requests for repeats are coming in, so I'll address those in just a moment. Notebooks. Still got notebooks. If you guys want a notebook to write down your answers for the quizzes on, let me know. They're all there. This will be the last batch as well. Hey, that means they're going to become limited edition. Not that that means too much to anybody, but these are going to be the last batch of these I get, because it hasn't got my TikTok logo on the back, so it's going to be a collector's item soon because I'm going to have to do a new version. There you go. When I'm rich and famous for all this, then you'll wish you had one, won't you? Oh dear. You know I'm kidding. I'm really not that egotistical. Alright, let's go through your team scores, guys. Sorry, the repeats first. Oh, Martin says, are we due a little quiz request? If so, can we have flumps, please? Martin, it's a new month. You are absolutely due little quiz requests again. Thank you for that reminder. But yes, any Patreon member, based on the tier you're at, and if you're not sure, message me or go back in the Patreon Facebook group and have a quick look at the breakdown. But yes, the flumps. Okay. Alright. I will see what I can do, but you absolutely can. I can't even remember what that is. What is the flumps? Oh, yeah. Okay, alright. Yeah, before my time, but I do know what it is. Yeah, I just looked it up again. I remember now. Yeah, I've seen it. I have had picture round quizzes, I think, with them in before. Yeah. Alright, if you really want, mate, I will make a flumps little quiz for you and record it over the next few days. Okay? Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, keep them coming. I don't mind. Right. Let's go back to do the repeats then. So 13 for Vernier and the Britzillians. 13 was, in which Harry Potter books could you first meet the following magical creatures? Gilderoy Lockhart, Sirius Black, and Creature. With a K. Creature. And Ed and Amanda have asked for 14 again. So 14 was, what was the name given to Michael Morpurgo's warhorse? Okay. The flumps. That's going to be interesting. All right. Any more repeats for questions, please let me know. We will go through the answers momentarily and see how well you all did. And is there anything else I had to talk to you guys about today? Patreon shout-outs. Well, I mean, Martin, I think you get a shout-out this month. So thank you for being a Patreon, as always. It's much appreciated. You guys are always great fun when you join the Patreon shows in particular. It's always great fun to see you guys there and have a laugh with you. But yes, thank you for being a Patreon. And also, since we actually got Owen on, who's not always able to join us, shout out to Owen. Thank you again for being a Patreon. So there you go. There's your 2 shout outs this week. Every Patreon always gets their name mentioned in the description of every video. In case you didn't realise, that's where they are, or the ones in the top 2 tiers at least, are in the description of every video as a thank you. My producers, technically speaking. So, let's go into the last repeat then, which Amanda has asked for there, question 15, and then we'll do the answers. So question 15 was, which were the first 4 of David Walliams' children's books to be broadcast as films on BBC TV? The first 4. You don't have to put them in order because, you know, there'd be no point. But just name what the first 4 were And you get 1 point for each. All right. I think we should go through now with the answers. See how well you did. Question 1. Which writers created the following bears? Baloo, Winnie the Pooh and Paddington Bear. Rudyard Kipling created Baloo the Bear, of course, from the Jungle Book. Winnie the Pooh was created by A.A. Milne. And Paddington Bear by Michael Bond. Question 2. Hedwig, in the Harry Potter books, is a snowy owl. Question 3. Which author created both Benjamin Bunny and Miss Tiggywinkle? It was Beatrix Potter. Question 4. Which of these was not a Mr. Men character? Pay attention, because there will be a picture around about this another time. The 3 you had to choose from was Mr. Strong, Mr. Cool and Mr. Short. The one that was not a Mr. Men character is Mr. Short. Despite the fact there being a Mr. Tall, there's not a Mr. Short. Question 5. Which 5 children visited Willy Wonka's chocolate factory? For 5 points, and you needed the first name and the surname for a full point. You can give yourself half a point for the ones you only got one name if you really wanted to. That's fine. Charlie Bucket, Augustus Gloop, Veruca Salt, Mike TV, and Violet Beauregard. 1 point for each. Question 6. What was all that remained of the Cheshire Cat when he disappeared? Of course, from Alice in Wonderland. His smile was the last thing to disappear. That's because there's a Mr. Small. Oh, there we go. James is going to crush this round when I put a Mr. Men picture round together. There's a Mr. Small, so there's not a Mr. Short. There you go. I like it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Just drop something. Never mind. Off my little fidget cube. Never mind. Okay, moving on. Question number 7. What was the name of A.A. Milne's son who featured in his children's books? It was Christopher Robin. Question 8. Which 3 creatures wanted to eat the little mouse in the Gruffalo story? It was a fox, an owl, and a snake. Oh, Owen says now I know 7. Brilliant. Yeah, let's not give him any more help. Question number 9. Name the 3 Darling children who travelled to Neverland with Peter Pan. They were Wendy, John, and Michael Darling. Question 10. What was the name of Enid Blyton's girls' boarding school? It is Mallory Towers. Question 11 now. A TV version of which incredibly popular short children's story written by Judith Kerr was broadcast on Channel 4 Christmas Eve 2019. It was The Tiger Who Came to Dinner. Question 12. Which group of children regularly enjoyed lashings of ginger beer? It was the Famous 5. Question 13. In which Harry Potter books could you first meet the characters, the following magical characters? Gilderoy Lockhart, that was in The Chamber of Secrets. Sirius Black was in Prisoner of Azkaban. And Kreacher was in The Order of the Phoenix. Question 14. What was the name given to Michael Morpurgo's warhorse? Joey. Question 15. The first 4 David Walliams children's books that were broadcast as films on BBC TV were Mr. Stink. I don't think that's anything to do with the Mr. Men, though. The Boy in the Dress, Gangster Granny, and Billionaire Boy. There you go. For 4 points. Mr. Stink, Boy in the Dress, Gangster Granny, and Billionaire Boy. Tally up your scores. Let me know how well you did with that one. And then we'll go through and see all those team scores. I'll read them all out. And then we can move on. And you can get ready for that pitch round coming up very soon. Freddie's Ficko's coming in with 25 points. Great score. $23 for Back in Black. Only 11 for Diva. Unlucky. Unlucky. I mean, it's not bad in fairness, since you're on your own, right, for this one. So, not bad, but Just two of us, Ozzy and Sharon, have scored 26. Really enjoyed tonight's topics. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Tracy. Thank you. Might be a bit of normality next week in the subjects. I'll see what I can find. Yes. Donuts have scored 23 points. Well done. Whilst we're waiting for the rest of these to come in, the little quiz I posted today was about Roman mythology. If you want to go and have a listen to that one, maybe you'll learn something new. Maybe you know the answers already. I did Greek mythology yesterday. Both, it's all been posted in the Top Fan group. If you haven't got access to that, you can check out, go onto Twitter and look up Big Quiz Night In. I post them all there all the time as well. Or join me on Lima, and then you can follow me and get them all straight away and get involved in the comments. 18 points for Team Bath. The Walliams question killed us. Oh, that's okay. I'm not a fan of his, if I'm honest, so I'll let you off with that. Don't you worry. On my own, 26 points. Well done, James. Great score again. 28 points for Let's Get Quizzical. 30 points for the Inquisitors. Jan says 10 points, not a good score, but majority was UK related, yeah. Plus, I don't have kids yet, so don't know too many kids' books. Okay, mate, yeah. That's all right. Appreciate you being here. That's the main thing. 24 points for Brazilians. We had your daughter Chloe's help. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, it's a family show, guys, so that's absolutely fine. The more the merrier. Appreciate it does go on a bit late, but then it is technically a pub quiz. I just try and keep it family friendly in case anybody watches it with their kids. It's fine. It's no problem. Okay, good. Any more for any more? Let me know. You've got about 20 minutes of time back, and then you'll be back in with your pitch around. I hope you will have a look and enjoy it. Do interact with those posts, even if you just give it a like, so I know that you're enjoying those and looking at them. Because, yeah, it just means a lot, because I know that they're being looked at and people are actually taking part in them. And I don't know if you don't click the like button or do something on that post. So just to give me an idea of how many people are having a go, or just even if you're just having a look, you don't have to respond in the comments, but just having a like or sharing it, whatever, really helps me out. Diva says, I am in the UK, so I have no excuse. Well, but yeah, no kids. Okay. Well, you still did all right. Stella says, thanks, enjoyed the quiz. You're welcome. I'll be back next week, Tuesday at 7:45, 8 o'clock start. As always. Amanda says, my son helped with the Gruffalo questions despite being too cool for anything, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Great quiz, thanks. You're welcome. And thank you, Sue, as well. So don't forget, merch store, 15% off. Get your orders in. It's 4 days' time that will expire and go back to the full price again. So do have a quick look and see if there's anything that takes your interest. If you want something in a different colour, I can do that. You just have to let me know what you like and what you want to see in a different colour, and then I can activate it in whatever colours are available. Jan says, thank you to everyone for the meeting. Thank you, Chris, for another great quiz. Stay safe. Oh, happy and healthy, everybody. Yeah. Another fab quiz, says Diva. Do you get a bonus point for knowing TUES and Blighton Girls' Schools? Yes, Sheila. If there's another one and I missed out that one, then by all means, if you know another one, you have an extra point for it. Of course you can. I'll have to double check that before I host that quiz round again somewhere else. Missed tonight. Have you earmarked for the next quiz? Oh, that's okay. I mean, you can always go back and watch them. All the shows are all there. They stay posted. They won't be deleted, so you can always go back and watch them. The first 20 or so are on YouTube as well. If you want to watch them that way, it might be easier for some people. I just can't broadcast live on YouTube yet. So yeah, but yeah, thank you all for watching. Especially if anybody new, really appreciate anybody new watching. And if you're watching a repeat, let me know how you got on in the comments. Every Tuesday, 7:45 p.m. With an 8 o'clock start for the first round UK time, with the exception of the last Tuesday of the month, which is for Patreons. If you want to join Patreon and have a special quiz night just for you, then you can have a look at the link in the description, the link tree. That will take you to everything where you can support me. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, all over the place. There's loads of quiz stuff I give away. So just get involved. Really appreciate you being here, guys. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Enjoy the pitch round that's coming up soon. And I'll post the answers in the comments of that post a little bit later on. See you same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.